Be me 33F in an overpriced beach-adjacent city in Southern California. Work HR/people ops at a mid-sized tech-adjacent logistics company. Master's degree in I/O psych. Because I'm strategic like that. Pulling $128,000. Now sounds great until you realize rent is basically a second mortgage. Still convinced I'm underpaid for my impact. Whole personality is glass ceilings and corporate girl boss energy. Genuinely see myself as a premium item in the dating economy, 5'7" on a good posture day gym 4 times a week, mostly elliptical, hip abductor machine, and taking progress pics in the mirror, skincare routine, so strict it could qualify as religion. Standards are high because I bring value. Friend group is 3 other ladder climbers, Jenna in marketing, Katie in comms/PR, Marisol in HR, at a different company, so she thinks she's unbiased. Every Friday we meet for a glass that turns into 2 bottles, $19, pours of organic natural wine. Sit there and verbally execute the patriarchy. Between sips, we're all convinced the only reason we're single is men are scared of our success. Comforting little bedtime story. We tell ourselves, also sincerely believe modern dudes only want either a sugar mommy or a trad wife. Swear I'd rather die than be either need a partner, not a renovation project. Rewind 5 years, I'm 28. And spiraling on dating apps are a landfill of you up, messages and dudes posing in front of waterfalls in Costa Rica, match with a guy named Caleb. 29M, works IT help desk for some healthcare company. His profile is aggressively average, 1 hiking pic, 1 pic. With a golden retriever, 1 blurry group shot, where I can't tell which one is. Him swipe right. Anyway, mostly bored, also notice my little ego meter hasn't been fed in a few days. He messages first, you're into sushi, right? Got any spots you recommend? Not creative, but at least it's a sentence with punctuation. Agree to coffee because I don't do dinner on a first date. Not burning a full face of makeup for a stranger who might be a dud. He walks in, he's fine, solid, 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5. If the lighting is charitable hoodie, jeans that technically fit but have zero intent behind them. Hair is clean, but looks like he cut it with a weed whacker 2 weeks ago and called it good. He smiles like he's trying not to panic. Immediately file him away in my brain. Safe, agreeable, moldable. We sit down, I talk like I talk. 45 straight minutes about microaggressions at work, how Rick from finance keeps explaining my own policies back to me. Like I'm 5, how I'm sick of being the office mom, while men get leadership titles for breathing. Caleb just listens, nods, asks, follow-up questions, doesn't interrupt to hijack the conversation with his own life story. It's honestly nice also kind of limp check comes. I immediately go, let's split it, say it like it's a flex. I don't need anyone buying my coffee, I have a career. He looks surprised for half a second, then shrugs. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Thanks. No weird little masculinity tantrum, no guilt trip, no I insist performance, green flag. I guess we keep seeing each other. It's easy. He's comfortable, never challenges me, never makes me feel like I have to compete, and, objectively, he's less successful than me. He makes like $60,000 resetting passwords and unclogging printers I was making around $92,000. Back then, and I'm not proud of it, but I liked feeling ahead, like dating down was a form of self-care. Jenna meets him and gives her little executive summary. He's a good training wheels husband, stable, probably won't cheat because who else is lining up for him? Use him to lock in your life while you build your empire. I absorb that advice like it's scripture 6 months in. We're official exclusive. He treats me like I'm royalty cook's dinner because I come home fried from managing stakeholders, rubs my feet while I ran about quarterly targets and culture initiatives, fixes my laptop, fixes my phone, fixes. The Wi-Fi basically becomes my live-in tech support. An emotional sponge never asks for anything back, and somehow I start resenting him for it. Like, why are you so available? Why are you so okay with being average? Why aren't you hungrier? So I try to help Caleb. You should go for that supervisor position. Him, totally calm. I'm good where I'm at, babe. Less stress, more time for my coding stuff. Me, coding, like video game nonsense. Him, not games, back-end systems. I'm building something. A personal project. I roll my eyes internally. Everyone in this city has a personal project. It's always a podcast, a screenplay, or a startup that sells air to people with money. His is just computer jargon. I stop asking 2 more years, slide by my lease is ending, and rent is climbing, like it's trying to escape Earth. We decide to move in together. Time for the finance talk. I pull out a spreadsheet because of course I do. Okay, since I make more, we should be equitable, not equal. I'll cover 70% of rent, you do 30%. Also, the lease should be under my name for credit reasons. He doesn't argue, doesn't negotiate, just nods like I'm reading him bedtime stories. Whatever you think is fair, Leah. We move into a nice 2-bedroom, bright, modern, expensive, for no reason. I claim the big closet in the master, like it's a human, right? He gets the tiny hall closet for his jackets. He sets up his desk in the living room corner, multiple monitors, cables everywhere, like a robot, exploded ruins. The whole aesthetic. I make him buy one of those folding screens to hide it. It looks messy, Caleb. He immediately complies. Life settles into our rhythm. I work late, come home, wired and angry, pour wine, doom scroll. He works a clean 8 to 4, comes home, cooks, cleans, then sits down and types until like 2 a.m. One night, I ask again what he's actually making. He says it like it's obvious, a decentralized verification protocol for shipment tracking. My eyes glaze over in real time. Does it make money? Not yet, me. So it's just code, him. It's a system. It takes time. Me pretending to care. Okay, just don't stay up too late. You look tired and it's not doing you any favors. Year 3 together. We go to a nice restaurant for my birthday. White tablecloth, dim lighting, overpriced everything. He's acting weird, hands, sweaty voice, doing that shaky thing. Then he drops to one knee, pulls out a ring, simple solitaire, not huge, maybe like 0.75 carats, not the boulder Katie got. But whatever, people clap, because people are trained seals in public spaces. I say yes, mostly because I'm staring down 31, and existential dread is getting loud. Also because engagement content does numbers on Instagram, post the pic that night. I said yes. Get like 4,600 likes, instant dopamine injection, next day at work. I'm flashing the ring like I'm in a commercial. Jenna and Katie corner me in the break room, door closed, serious faces. Jenna goes, okay, real talk. Ring is cute, but we need to talk logistics. Katie immediately, prenup. Immediately. I laugh because it's ridiculous. Guys, he makes 60 grand. He drives a 2015 Corolla with a dent in the bumper. What exactly am I protecting? Katie leans in anyway, eyes intense like she's delivering classified intel. Katie doesn't even blink. You're protecting future you, Leah. You're on the director path. You've got the 401k. You've got that little trust from your grandma. If you split in like 9 years and you're making $240,000 and he's still rebooting routers, you'll owe him support. He can go after your retirement. He can claim part of the condo. I feel my stomach drop. I've read all the nightmare threads high-earning women getting bled dry by some low-drive husband who suddenly found himself. I'm a feminist, and in my head, feminism equals financial independence. It means no man profits off my labor. So, yeah, I decide right there in the break room. That night I go home. Caleb's at his desk with headphones on, clicking like he's defusing a bomb. I tap his shoulder. We need to talk. He pulls one ear cup off and smiles. Hey, dinner's in the oven. Baked ziti, I mumble. Thanks. Then I go straight into HR mode. Calm voice, polite tone, slightly colder than it needs to be. I've been thinking about the wedding stuff, and I want a prenup. His smile just shuts off. He blinks a couple times like he didn't hear me right. A prenup? Why? We're not rich. I keep my face neutral. It's not about being rich right now. It's about being smart. I've worked hard for my career. Divorce rates are basically a coin flip. It's irresponsible not to have insurance. He shifts in his chair, looking hurt. It just feels like you're planning for us to fail. I don't even hesitate. I'm planning for us to stay secure as individuals. Then I lay out the whole system, like I'm onboarding him, separate finances. What I earn is mine. What you earn is yours. We'll have a joint account for bills. But savings, investments, retirement accounts stay separate. He looks down at his hands. Is this because I make less? I give him the practice soft tone. It's because I need to feel safe, Caleb. If you love me, you'll understand. He exhales like he just lost an argument. He didn't know he was in okay. If it matters that much to you. Next morning, I book a lawyer, drop a $6,200 retainer. Like it's a gym membership, tell her I want it airtight ironclad. 3 big clauses first. Full separation of anything acquired during marriage. Second, no spousal support, no alimony, no lifestyle maintenance. Third, each person keeps full ownership of business ventures, intellectual property, and career growth. Lawyer pauses at clause 3. Usually there's some sharing if a spouse supports the household. She says it gently, like I'm fragile. I cut her off immediately. No, if I start consulting, I'm not having him claim he supported me by doing dishes. It's mine. And if he ever sells his little code thing, it's his. That's fair. Lawyer gives me a look, shrugs. It's very strict. You sure he'll sign this? I don't even blink. He'll sign. Draft comes in. I hand it to Caleb like it's a permission slip. He reads it at the kitchen table, slow and quiet. He stops at the IP section, looks up. So if I ever sell my software, it's just mine? You don't want any of it? I laugh in my head because in my brain his software is worth exactly $0 forever. Out loud, I do the enlightened partner thing. Yep. Your hobby is yours. My career is mine. Fair is fair. He stares at me for a second, weird expression. Not angry almost, relieved? Or maybe just done okay, he signs. I sign, and I feel invincible. Tell Jenna and Katie at work. They react like I just won a championship. Queen. Protect the bag. Don't let him breathe on your assets. Wedding happens. I pay like 75% of it. Because I wanted the live band and the florist that charges ransom prices. Caleb covers the bar tab, and the DJ add-on party is actually great. Everyone posts stories. Everyone pretends they're happy for us. Year 1, married, I get the promotion. Director title salary jumps to $152,000 plus bonus. I'm walking around like I invented success. I lease a brand new BMW X3 in my name only, obviously drive it home, feeling like a movie character. Caleb's in the driveway washing his old dented Focus. I park next to him. The contrast is humiliating. I can literally see it in the reflection. Caleb, seriously? You need a new car. It looks bad when we show up at my work events. He doesn't even look offended. It runs fine. I don't want a payment. You're being cheap. I'm being frugal. Every extra dollar's going into server costs. The servers again? How much are you spending on that? He says it casually, like it's nothing. Around $950 a month. I actually choke. What? That's a car payment. You're lighting money on fire for a hobby. He gives me that patient look. It's R&D. I storm inside, pour a glass of wine that's basically a bowl, text Jenna. He's dumping money into servers again. It's pathetic, Jenna replies. At least it's not strippers. But yeah, man-child vibes, year 2. Married, I'm constantly stressed. Firing people drains your soul. Then there's the diversity targets, the HR complaints, the never-ending meetings where nothing gets decided. I come home angry every single day. Caleb becomes my pressure valve. Not physical. I'm not insane, just constant little jabs. Why is the trash full? Why are your shoes in the hallway? Did you really wear that shirt to the grocery store? He just takes it, always calm, always apologizing. Sorry. I was in the zone. Coding. You're always in the zone. Maybe get in the zone of being a husband. Around then, I start flirting with this guy at work, Trent, VP of Sales 43, divorced, drives a Porsche. We start doing networking drinks, which is just happy hour with plausible deniability. He treats me like an equal. We trade war stories, we complain about our dead weight partners, like it's bonding, it feels electric. Like I'm awake again, I don't sleep with him, but I absolutely want to. I go home after one of those nights and Caleb's hunched over his keyboard in sweatpants, headset on, eyes bloodshot, and I feel disgust. Pure, clean disgust. Year 3 married, I'm 36, random Tuesday. Caleb asks to talk at dinner. Tone is calm, like he's announcing a dentist appointment. I quit my job today. I literally drop my fork. You what? I quit the help desk. I need to focus on the project full time. We're launching beta. Something in me snaps, are you out of your mind? We have bills. Who's paying your part of rent? He stays weirdly steady. I've got savings. I can cover my share for 6 months. After that, we'll see. We'll see? You didn't even talk to me about this. He finally looks me in the eyes. I didn't need to. Separate finances, remember? As long as I pay my share, it's my business. He uses my own rules like a weapon. I'm shaking with rage. Fine. But don't expect a dime from me. And if you can't pay, don't come crying. You can sleep on the sidewalk for all I care. 6 months after that are straight up hell. He's home 24/7, like a houseplant that types apartment, never stops buzzing, constant whir of fans, tiny LED lights blinking at 2 a.m. Like we're living inside a router. He stops shaving on any schedule a normal human recognizes. Starts doing this, I'll shower later thing that turns into tomorrow. Hair gets wild, beard gets patchy. Looks like he crawled out of a campground and into my living room. I'm embarrassed to have anyone over. If friends ask, I lie, he's doing contract work. Consulting sounds better than my husband is fermenting in a coding nest. I start staying at the office longer. Volunteer for late meetings, quick syncs. Anything to not hear the keyboard clacking through the wall also means more time with Trent. Trent loves a stressed out director. We do work drinks that aren't really work drinks. I start doom scrolling Zillow at my desk. 1-bedroom studios, anything with a door I can close. Building an exit plan like it's a Q4 strategy. I tell Jenna I'm giving him until the lease ends. Then I'm upgrading. She sends back a crown emoji and a LOL finally random. Wednesday in November, I get home late as hell. Had a nightmare. They had to terminate a pregnant woman. Whole thing turned into a legal minefield. HR is fun like that. I walk in expecting to see Caleb in the corner, expecting the usual cave setup. But he's not there. He's on the couch in a suit. Not a cheap suit, either tailored, clean, adult. And there's a bottle of Dom Perignon on the coffee table, like a prop from a music video. I just stop in the doorway, brain buffering. Who died? Or did you finally get a job interview? He stands up and it's weird because he looks different. Shoulders back, chin up, confident smile like he remembered he's allowed to take up space. No interview. I had a meeting. I squint. With who? He says it like he's ordering coffee. With Andreessen Horowitz. I freeze for half a second. I know that name even in HR. You hear it? Big V, C, the We Print founders now. People. Yeah. They've been watching the beta. They think the protocol is the next standard for supply chain verification. My mouth goes dry, but my first instinct is still skeptical. Okay, so they threw you some money, he nods. They led the Series A. I force a laugh. How much, Caleb? He doesn't smile. Wider doesn't gloat, just says it. We closed at 12 million. On a 55 million valuation. I feel the blood leave my face like I stood up too fast. 55 million? Yeah. And I still own 68%. My brain immediately does the math without permission. That's a lot like never worry about car payments again. A lot. My husband is worth tens of millions on paper. Suddenly the sweatpants don't matter. Suddenly the beard is founder mode. Suddenly the messy cables are innovation. I drop my bag on the floor. Oh my God, Caleb, I knew it. I don't even care how fake I sound. I knew you were building something real. I rush him and hug him. I'm crying instantly. Not sad tears, relief, tears, greed, tears. We're rich. We're finally rich. He hugs me back, but it's not warm. His arms are stiff, like he's doing a polite gesture for a photo. He pats my back like I'm an ant. He sees once a year, ideally, yeah. But it's equity, not cash. I wipe my face and immediately keep going. We can borrow against it. We can buy a house. We can go to Paris. He gently pulls back, still calm. I have to fly to San Francisco tonight. Team's building out there. I need to be on site. I'm already spiraling into logistics mode. I'll pack. I can transfer to the SF office. He shakes his head. No, you stay here. You've got your career. You love your job. I blink. Caught off guard. But I want to be with you. He gives me that same neutral look. We'll talk later. Flight's in 3 hours. And that's it. He grabs a bag, like this was planned for weeks, walks outdoor, closes. I just stand there. Then I sit down on the couch and drink the Dom alone, straight out of the bottle for the first few swigs. I'm euphoric, my whole body buzzing. I start looking up mansions in Pacific Heights, like I'm shopping for groceries. Penthouse listings, historic charm, chef's kitchen, prices with commas that look fake. I text Jenna and Katie, Caleb hit it big, VC money, power couple era. They freak out in the group chat. Crown emojis, champagne emojis, we love to see it. The next year is basically a montage. Caleb is barely home. He rents a high-rise place in SF with a view of the bay. He starts showing up in tech articles, not gossip sites, real ones. He gets featured like he's an actual somebody. He gets a stylist, gets LASIK, starts lifting haircut, turns sharp. He looks expensive. He comes back maybe one weekend a month, if I'm lucky. Shows up driving a Tesla Model S, not the normal one either. The ridiculous fast one wearing a Rolex. Like it's casual, and I try so hard to play my role. Supportive wife, we language. Smiles, gentle touches. Babe, let me help with hiring. I can run HR for you. He doesn't even look tempted. No thanks? We use a firm. I pivot. Okay, then let's look at houses. We should buy now. He shuts it down. Not yet. Market's volatile. He buys me gifts, nice gifts. A Louis Vuitton bag diamond stud stuff that makes women at work go wide-eyed. But he feels distant, like he's doing customer service, like I'm someone he's obligated to keep calm. I start feeling insecure even with the jewelry, even with the status. So I crank the perfect wife act up to maximum I cook, or, okay. I order expensive food and plate it, like I cooked. I dress up at home, linger in the doorway, try to look soft and supportive. He barely reacts. Sometimes, he kisses my cheek like it's a habit. He's trying to remember. Then goes back to emails. Then the acquisition rumors start. I see it on some tech blog while I'm supposed to be in a meeting. Headline basically says, Logi-proof in talks with Walmart for potential acquisition. My heart does this insane jump. I call him immediately. Caleb, is this real? His voice is flat. I can't talk about it. NDA. I scoff. I'm your wife. He doesn't even hesitate. NDA, Leah, serious legal stuff. Click. I sit there staring at my phone, hands cold. Waiting turns into an obsession. 3 weeks of living on pins and needles. Every time my phone buzzes, my body jolts. Then one Tuesday he comes home, middle of the day, no champagne, no grin, just a folder in his hand. He walks in like he's here to fire me. Sit down, Leah. I sit, heart hammering. The folder looks too plain for what it might contain. My voice comes out small. Did you sell? He nods once. Yeah. Deal closed this morning. Wire cleared. I swear, I forget how to breathe. How much? He doesn't build suspense. All cash. 165. My vision actually narrows. $165 million. I'm married to a literal tech millionaire cliche. My brain launches into insane daydreams. Instantly. Private jets. Islands never working again. Quitting my job, and never hearing the phrase performance improvement plan in my life. I scream without meaning to, yes, oh my God, we won. I jump up to kiss him, and he steps back clean, deliberate step back. His face is cold, ice cold, no smile, no excitement, nothing. Leah, sit down. I sit slowly, confused as hell. What is wrong with you? This is the best day of our lives. He looks at me like I'm speaking another language. It's the best day of my life. Silence hits the room like a brick. I blink. Okay, so let's celebrate. House shopping, travel, whatever. He opens the folder, slides papers out like he's done this before. No. We need to talk about the future. I nod fast. Yes, the future. He doesn't look away. The divorce. The word just hangs there like someone slapped me and left their hand in the air. Divorce? Are you joking? Now? Now when we finally made it? He doesn't react to my tone at all. I've been waiting for this day for 2 years. My stomach flips. Waiting? For what? He says it like it's obvious, to have the resources to leave you properly, and to see if you'd change. You didn't. I start talking over him immediately. That's not... He keeps going, voice steady. I supported you. You tolerated me. You mocked me. You treated me like I was a temporary appliance, something you didn't want but didn't throw away yet. My chest gets tight. That's not fair. He doesn't even blink. And you flirted with Trent. I try to laugh it off. Pathetic reflex. Trent was work. We were friends. Caleb shakes his head, slowly pulls out his phone. Leah, remember when I fixed your MacBook? The one you spilled wine on? My throat goes dry. Yeah? You never logged out of iMessage. And you had text forwarding onto the iPad in the kitchen. My face goes hot instantly, that iPad, the one I used for recipes and grocery lists. He continues, calm as a surgeon. I watched it all happen, right there on the counter, while I was cooking your dinners. I read the texts, the ones where you called me a placeholder, the ones where you told him you'd leave when the lease was up. I can't move, I can't even blink, right? He's not yelling, that's the worst part. He's just reciting facts. I didn't say anything, because I wanted to see if you'd actually do it, or if you'd wake up. You didn't wake up. It feels like the room tilts, like my whole body gets exposed under fluorescent lights. I start crying. Real tears, panic, tears. Not the performative ones from earlier. Caleb, please, I love you. We're partners. He looks at me for a long second, then says it flat. We're not partners. We're roommates with a contract. He doesn't blink at my tears, just flips the folder open like it's a quarterly report. I talk to my attorneys. They reviewed the prenup you pushed for. My stomach drops like an elevator. Cable snapped the prenup, the stupid smug prenup. He taps a page with his finger. See this? The business and career clause. My mouth goes dry. Each party retains sole ownership of business ventures, intellectual property, and appreciation. He reads it like he's reading ingredients off a box. You were very specific about that part. I try to laugh. It comes out like a cough. That was for small stuff. That was for, like, normal assets. He looks at me like, I'm slow. This is an asset. It's the asset. He slides another page toward me. The company, the sale proceeds, future earnings, all mine. You have no claim. My brain refuses to accept it. You can't do that. I'm your wife. A judge won't let you just... He doesn't even raise his voice. It's a valid agreement, Leah. You paid to make sure it was. He actually smiles, but it's dead. You remember that? You didn't want me touching your BMW. Then he does this laugh dry, empty like a door creaking in a hallway. You wanted independence. Congrats. You've got your 6-figure salary and your 401k. You're safe from me, leeching off you. The word hits like a slap. Leeching, I see red. I'll sue you. I hear myself yelling and can't stop. I'll take half. He nods once. Like I just said, the weather, you can try, you'll lose, and you'll burn your savings on lawyers doing it. He stands up smooth calm, like this was always the plan. I bought a place in Laguna Beach. I'm moving out today. My chest caves in. Today? He points toward the door. Movers are downstairs, and that's when the panic turns into humiliation. Full body, full volume. I drop down without even thinking, knees on hardwood, hands on his pant leg like I'm in a bad movie. Please, Caleb, please. Dignity gone, pride evaporated. I'm sorry, I was stressed. I didn't mean... I love you. He looks down at me, and there's pity in his eyes. Not anger, pity is worse. You don't love me. He says it gently, which makes it brutal. You love what you thought I could provide. You love the idea of me being harmless, something you could manage, now that I'm not. You're scared. He steps around me like I'm... Furniture walks out. Door clicks shut and the apartment goes silent, except the faint whine of his stupid server fans. It's so quiet, it feels loud. Like the air is screaming. The legal part starts fast. I call the meanest divorce attorney. I can find the kind with sharp teeth and a wall of framed wins. She charges $650 an hour. I pay the consultation like I'm buying oxygen. She reads the prenup. Her face tightens. Who drafted this? My lawyer. The one I hired. She keeps reading. Flipping pages slower and slower, then she sets it down and exhales. This is thorough, and not in a good way for me. You waived everything. Spousal support, community property, business interest, equity growth. She looks up. Do you have any angle here? I cling to anything. Coercion? Duress? She gives me a look like I asked if gravity is optional. You requested it. You paid for it. You were the higher earner. You have a graduate degree. No judge is going to believe you were bullied by an IT guy into signing this. I feel sick. There has to be something. She taps the page with her pen. We can try unconscionability. Change in circumstances, but don't hold your breath. Court day comes. Caleb shows up with lawyers who look like they cost more than my car. Perfect suits, perfect hair, calm faces. Like this is a boring Tuesday for them. My lawyer squeezes my shoulder like I'm about to get wheeled into surgery. His side presents emails. I forgot. Existed email from me to my lawyer, dated 2023. Make sure he can't touch my future consulting income or inheritance. Complete separation. No exceptions. It's on a projector. My words big and bright, like a confession. Judge is a woman, old or stern, the kind of face that's seen every story and doesn't buy any of them. She reads quietly for what feels like an hour, then looks over her glasses at me. Ms. Carter, my throat tightens. You are a sophisticated professional. You negotiated a contract specifically to protect your assets. The court cannot void it simply because the other party later became successful. That is an ordinary business risk. My lawyer tries to object. Judge shuts it down with a hand. Judgment for respondent for Caleb. Prenup upheld, no alimony, no split, no equitable, nothing. I keep my BMW, the one I was so proud of, now worth maybe $27,000. If I'm lucky, I keep my 401k, about $118,000, and that's it. No house, no payout, no stock, no future earnings. Caleb walks out of the courtroom without even glancing at me. Doesn't smirk, doesn't gloat, doesn't give me closure. Just gets into a black Escalade outside. Door closes softly, like it's soundproofing his life from mine. I get into my BMW dashboard, flashes service due, oil change, light on. I put my forehead on the steering wheel and cry until my chest hurts. Aftermath is just slow humiliation. I can't afford the apartment alone. Rent was already insane, now it's impossible. I pack my life into boxes myself, because movers are a luxury. Now move into a tiny studio in a worse neighborhood. Thin walls, sirens at night, laundry room that smells like despair. My friends try to console me. Jenna goes full supportive mode. He's a narcissist. He used you, Katie adds. Money changes people. You're better off. They say it like they're reading a script, but the energy shifts, I can feel it. They all know what happened. They all know. I fumbled the bag. Not just a bag, the bag of the century. Their pity has judgment mixed in. Now, I'm not the queen anymore. I'm the cautionary tale they reference over wine. Work becomes a nightmare. I'm still doing meetings, still doing layoffs, still getting talked over by dudes in polos. Except now I'm doing it in a studio apartment with a cracked phone. Then I see his face on a magazine cover online, not a gossip thing. Real Business Press headline about the mind behind the supply chain revolution. He looks good clean. Focused expensive article mentions, he's single, devoting time to philanthropy. So now he's rich and morally shiny. I drink wine alone, cheap wine, now the kind that tastes like regret. I stalk his Instagram from a burner account. And yeah, he's living exactly the life I pictured. He's in Mykonos, he's in Tokyo, he's in Dubai, because of course he is. And then I see her, a girl in his photos, young maybe, 22, influencer face, perfect skin, tiny waist. No job listed anywhere, because she doesn't need one. There's a video of him in some boutique handing her an orange Hermes box, like it's candy caption from her, "He treats me like a princess." I throw my phone across the studio. It hits the wall and cracks worse screen spiderwebs. I can't afford to fix it until payday. I stare at my reflection in the bathroom mirror, 36 single, living in a box, driving a leased car. I hate working a job that drains me. And my skincare routine is the only thing I have full control over anymore. I wanted to be the one breaking ceilings, instead. I built myself a bunker, then handed the guy who loved me the key and told him to lock it one night. I'm doom-scrolling email on my busted screen, and I see a notification, LinkedIn, Caleb H. Viewed your profile. My heart actually jumps for one stupid second. I let hope exist. Maybe he misses me. Maybe he wants to talk. Maybe the influencer is boring. Maybe he wants his equal back. I click instantly. Page loads. This profile is not available. I refresh. Member not found. I just sit there frozen, and it hits me. He didn't view my profile to reconnect. He viewed it to find the block option. He wanted to make sure I couldn't even see his promotions, couldn't see his interviews, couldn't see his posts. He wanted me scrubbed from every pixel of his life, a final digital door slammed right in my face. 5 minutes later, email from my landlord, rent increase, notice up 14%. I start laughing. Not cute laughing, not, that's funny, laughing the kind where you choke and your eyes water. Because what else can you do? I'm a strong, independent woman. Congratulations to me. I won the negotiation and lost the entire war.